And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. So here is Washington now backed up a bit to start their first drive. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
And remember, when he came out of college, he left early. So a lot of people weren't really paying attention to this young man. But he was entrusted with a leadership role early in his NFL career and didn't shy away from it. His goal, continue to prove that there should have been one more quarterback that went in the first round of the 2021 draft.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Now a throw here to his running back. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Here's Mills. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Operating from the gun, Gannon. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. On 3rd down, Michaels. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 15 carries, 75 yards.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play fake, Mills. Wide open receiver complete. On the move past the 40. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. On 1st and 10, Mills steps away, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Mills. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Once more, Gibson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. We've seen quite a lot of short passing game here in the first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
He's going to air one out, and that is incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. A give running right, Gibson. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, here's Mills. And that will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely got to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is taken at the 18. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Gannon, he finds his man, complete. It's Robbins. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Off play action. Gannon. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Gannon. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. To throw on 3rd down. Gannon. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Now Youngway Koo for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
Commanders, nothing.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Gibson, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 2nd down and 8. They'll go again with Gibson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Xavier McKinney on the tackle. A 1-yard gain.
Looking to throw is Mills. Got a man, it's complete, it's Palmer. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 17-0 our score after 1.
BlackKnights 17. Commanders nothing.
2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Gibson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and short yardage. Mills. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
London about set to take over on offense. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he's got room. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now, because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now, because they've been in retreat so far on this drive. This offense on the march.
They'll try to run this one in. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. They've got the comfortable lead. Decision time here. Do they go for it, press their luck?
Listen, if I'm the head coach, I take my headset off, I turn to my defense and say, guess what, guys? We're going for it right here, right now. I want the knockout shot, and if it doesn't happen, you've got my back, don't you? Go get it.
And if you don't get it, the other offense, they've got a long way to go in the other direction. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you...
And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, Just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Gannon. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Gannon. And it's caught. Touchdown. Deebo Samuel from a yard out. And the Black Knights are able to widen their lead here in this first half. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll run with Gibson. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
A gain of 6. And the Commanders first down.
On 1st and 10, Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Following the fumble recovery, Gannon. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Number 38. A gain of a yard.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of the play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Commanders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Mills now from the 50. Toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. A first down throw for Mills. That's caught right side by Palmer. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Mills now. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. Mills again. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. To throw again on 2nd down. Mills. And this one is incomplete. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw, Mills. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
London about set to take over on offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On 2nd down, Michaels. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Gannon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Gannon. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Gannon. Now he'll dump it. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for Commanders touchdown. So maybe some signs of life. Well, this has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Gannon. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
So they bring out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. First possession of the second half now for Washington. Play action now. Mills. That's complete to Troutman. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but That didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Gannon. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to, when you want to. That play calling is working very well for them right now.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Mills to throw it. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down.
Defense.
Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. Well, they're hoping now.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to them quickly and put the quarterback down.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? A give up the middle to Gibson. And he loses the football a 2nd time. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
And that is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. And here we go on the next drive for Washington. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Mills on 1st down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mills. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Throwing, Mills. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. It's taken to the 26.
Now the Washington offense heading out. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
7 yards there and a first down.
Old football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Man, that's a third fumble for him now in this ball game. And you know the old saying, CD, once is a fluke, twice a coincidence, 3 times becoming a pattern.
3 times is a problem in this case because we've seen field goal kickers have days like this, quarterbacks occasionally. But how rare is it for us to see a running back lose it 3 times trying to carry it?
Following the fumble recovery, Gannon. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
To throw on second down, Gannon. He finds his man, complete. That's Robbins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw again. Over the middle, it's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
This will be caught just inside the 10.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
They'll look to throw again. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. And your line's calling out to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 8 yards out.
And the BlackKnights are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, It actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. On 1st and 10, Mills. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Mills. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
1st down, Mills.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Here's Mills.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down.
Now Mills. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
Mills pass complete to John Dotson. It's a gain of 6.
On 3rd down, here's Mills.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
On 1st down,
Michaels. And he's got it down to the 28.
Number 38. He was brought down to the 28-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down now, Michaels. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Off the play fake, Gannon. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but They'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Mills to the air again.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Complete to number 80. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mills. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
A first down throw for Mills. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Looking to throw is Mills. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
On the deep ball. It's 2nd down and 10.
And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. Mills can't get away, and down he goes. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Third and long for Mills. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
To throw, Mills. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They'll run on first down. Michaels. And he's taken down inside the 30.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors.
Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for our visitors, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.